Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to RWM Finance. Today we're going to talk about a regular guy just like you and me who turned $14,000 into $70 million. I know what you're thinking. No, he didn't win the lottery, and no, he didn't invest in some penny stock that rose like crazy or anything like that. He's a regular guy that just turned 14K into 70 million, and I'm going to tell you what he did. So the guy that I'm talking about, his name is Theodore Johnson, and he was a UPS worker, and this guy never made more than $14,000 a year, and he was always complaining about how he had no money to save. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. Does that sound familiar to you? I'm not talking about the guy's name or where he worked. I'm talking about the situation he was in. He wasn't making much money, and he was complaining about not having enough money to save. If that situation sounds familiar to you, then please watch the rest of this video, and I'm going to tell you how you can change that. Okay, where was I at? Theodore was complaining that he had no money. That complaining all changed whenever a friend told him to tax himself. This personal tax forced Theodore to save and invest 20% of his income. Now this guy was making $14,000 a year, so 20% of $14,000 is $2,800. So we're going to assume that Mr. Johnson got paid once a week, so for 52 weeks. That means that he was investing roughly $53 a week. This guy was only making $270 a week, so $53 out of his $270 was being invested and saved. And that was his own personal tax. Now, after that 20% personal tax started going into effect, do you really think that Theodore could afford to live the same way that he was before? Heck no, man. He had to make some changes. He had to adapt to his situation. Adapt or die, baby. Adapt or die. Alright, so he started taxing himself, which was forcing him to save and invest 20% of his income. After 50 years of taxing himself, Theodore Johnson accumulated an incredible net worth of $70 million. Not too shabby for only $14K a year. Now, what makes this story even better is that in 1991, Theodore donated half of his wealth to education. This just goes to show that you do not need a lot of money to start investing. This guy was only investing around $50 a week. All you need is time and the discipline to invest small amounts of money consistently. A little goes a long way over time. But if you watched my video over what is investing, then you should know the effects of investing small amounts of money consistently over a long period of time. Okay, so I'm not really sure what Theodore actually invested in, but if you invested $40 a week into an ETF that mirrored the S&P 500, which as of 1962 has averaged a return of 10%. So doing $40 a week for 1 year would give you $2,193. For 5 years you would have $13,287. For 10 years you'd have $34,626. For 30 years you'd have $357,097. For 50 years, you'd have $2,526,696. But these numbers are just for $40 a week. So if you were to invest with more money, like $50 a week or $53 a week, whatever you want to call it, that would give you more money a chance to grow. Back to what I asked earlier. Did Theodore Johnson's situation that he was in sound familiar to you? Because he went the way of cutting expenses to save money in order to invest. So this is why I always recommend trying to get a side hustle, trying to get another source of income. You know, you're supposed to have multiple sources of income. You should try to have multiple sources of income. Because when you have multiple sources of income, you could use your 9 to 5 or whatever job you're working as your steady income to pay the bills and whatever. But you could use that side hustle or that second source or the third source of income as fuel for your investments. It all just depends on what you want to do. I mean, if you're working, a job for, I don't know, hourly wage where you work, 12 to 9 or something like that. And, so in the mornings you wake up and you deliver for Uber Eats or you drive for Uber or Lyft or Waiters. That's just an idea. And so you use your money from whatever job you're working from 12 to 9 as your pay the bills money, and then the money that you make from delivering for Uber Eats or whatever else, you use that for your investments. And it's just whatever you want to do, but you need to find a way to get a second source of income, unless you really want to change the habits that you're living, unless you really want to cut those expenses, which you should already be trying to do. But getting a second source, third source, another source of income besides your main one would be very beneficial to you. But I just want to say one last thing, and that is that you can change the situation that you're in. You just have to start. You just have to take that first step. So what's keeping you from taking that first step? Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, scroll down, give it a like, and subscribe to the channel below. If you have any questions, comments, please leave those down in the comments section. I read everything, so I'll get back to you on that. Don't worry about it. So please leave those down in the comment section. Follow us on Instagram at RWM Finance. Check out the list of books in the description bar below. There's some really good ones down there. I'm telling you, y'all need to read. It's not just, I'm not just saying it. Y'all need to read. Ask Gary Vee, ask Warren Buffett, ask, Bill Gates. They all read, I'm telling you. So pick out a book and just pick it up, start reading, all right? Remember, guys, I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so make sure to tune back in for the next one. And as always, thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.